Hi Elena, you just mentioned there that you had a good training session today in the sunshine. How's it been going? Just the training between games?
No, it's been obviously the loss against Glasgow City was a horrible one when it comes to not performance maybe, but in terms of like how we lost it, and also when we lost it, we knew that the league is probably going to be out of reach now, and it's a tough one to swallow. But I mean, the reaction has been great in terms of we have 3 more games to play for, and we want to show, like we always want to show and prove ourselves that we're much better than the season has shown. And I think that is something that is going to be very important that we play for our pride and like show character in the last 3 games.
Yeah, how did you feel personally, sort of realising that the Glasgow City game, that the league had gone now? You know, how did that feel to you as a kind of coach?
Horrible, frustrated, disappointed in terms of like you work so hard the whole season to try to bring success to this club. Obviously, even if we haven't won silverware, whatever, trophies to the club. Obviously, we wrote history and we managed to do something incredible in the first part of the season. In the second part of the season, we've not been consistent. We've not been good enough to really compete for the league. Even if we were top joint and everything around it, we haven't showed the consistency that we need when it comes to winning the league.
What's the challenge of motivating the squad now for the last 3 games, given the situation with the league and silverware, as you mentioned?
I think in terms of the games that we have left, it's a derby on Sunday. That's not going to change. Against Hibs on Wednesday, we knew what they did against us last game of the season, and they worked really hard to make sure that we don't win the league. And then we have Motherwell at home at Celtic Park, and I think for me is like I've said, we need to make sure that it's not done. We have still 9 points to play for, and that's the biggest focus we have right now.
Rangers on Sunday, they're still obviously fighting for their place in the league. How does that bring an added threat, maybe, in terms of the dynamic between the 2 teams?
Threat in what way?
Just in the sense of they've got something that they're still very much, maybe there's a bit more at stake for them in terms of winning that game.
I mean, we have a lot of stake as well. It's a Glasgow Derby, and it's a game that we absolutely don't want to lose. Mm-hmm. So, obviously, like when it comes to them, yes, they are 5 points behind Hibs, if I remember it right. But it's a Glasgow Derby, and we're going to treat it as a Glasgow Derby.
We have struggled to get results in these derbies over the last few games. What do you think has been the difference between the 2 sides, and what do you need to do differently in the game on Sunday to get the result?
If you look at the games, it's been details in terms of execution in our chances. Probably could be one thing. It could be the set play situations that they've scored more on in terms of the games. The first game, they did 2 set play goals when they won against us at New Douglas Park. It was a penalty in a situation. It's the details. It's the small details that matters. And unfortunately, this season we hadn't got that with us. You can see that in many of the games. But listen, I'm not going to bring any excuses. The derbies, all the games this season has been very competitive, and it's been the details that matters, and that is what we need to try to bring on that game on Sunday.
And presumably tactically you're going to expect them to bring very similar kind of game that they've brought before. You talk about the details. Is that something you've worked on in training? Things like, making sure that those defensive plays for set pieces and things are really tight?
Yeah, I think that was... obviously, I think if you look at the set play situation, we've improved in terms of defending those set plays much better. I think for us, it's like I've said before, like the changes that we've had throughout the whole season has been pretty big, and it's something maybe that nobody has been really used to as well. Like getting 3 players in, and then you obviously losing Caitlin in the middle of the season when she's been a big part of the back line and the club before. And I think, like I said, coming back to the details, I think you can see that the details are getting better for our side now.
What's your message to the players just before the game at the weekend in terms of motivating to go out there, and what's the kind of thing that you want to be absolutely top of their mind when they go out onto that pitch?
We haven't won against Rangers this season, and I think that is the main message in terms of, listen, it's Rangers, it's a Glasgow Derby, and we haven't won against them, and that is going to be the main goal that we're going to have, and that hunger needs to be the very best we can be to make sure that we get 3 points.
Can I just ask you about the awards as well? We've had the awards ceremony since we last spoke after the Glasgow City game. What are your thoughts? Obviously, Emma winning the PFA Player of the Year award. You must be proud of her for that.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've been talking a lot of good things about Emma since she's arrived. I'm very, very proud and very happy for her. I think many people that knows her very, how do you say, she deserves it so much because of the person she is and the work that she puts into her work in terms of mindset, quality, and she always wants to strive to be the best she can be. So I'm very happy and proud for her, and I think that after this season, I think she needs to have a little bit of a cool down to understand what a season she's had. I think it's been a big season for her, obviously. And then obviously in the other awards that we had with Celtic, I think it was nice to see many of our new players to get recognized for the contribution they've had for this season as well.
Yeah. Just in terms of the players for Sunday as well, just is it the usual, the ones that we know are unavailable? Are we looking at a very similar starting 11? Obviously, you're not going to tell us who's starting.
If you look at the players that are not available, I think Morgan will be coming into the squad again. Nats, she's not been training this week, so it looks like she's not going to be in the squad either. Like we've said before, Vestine, Craigie, Clogan, we have a pretty big Luana. So yeah, I think we have 8 players out for
Nothing
this game.
Serious with Natalie?
And she has a Achilles problem, I think. So that is something we try to get under control.
First thing that I wanted to ask was, the next 3 games, are you going to be playing them in the with the same approach you have been for the last few months, or maybe with an eye to next season, trying to build the foundations for the next campaign?
That's something that you can try to look for when the next 3 games comes. But obviously, listen, I think when it comes to the start 11 that we've had lately, it's been a really good terms of performance. I think the girls has been working really hard in terms of trying to get out the best they can get out of each other, themselves individually. And right now I'm gonna still keep playing with what I think is the right for the team and is the best for the team. And obviously, like you've said, in terms of next season, we need to make sure that we set up, like you're saying, a foundation for next season, because we have some players with contract expiring, and we need to see who's going to stay and not, and that is not something that is confirmed just yet.
Are you able to say, are you making plans for signings for next season? Is that something you're looking at, or is it something you'll wait till the end of the season to start doing?
Obviously, I need to wait for the club to come back with some answers for me, but I'm already ahead in terms of knowing what kind of players I want to bring in, or we want to bring in, and then obviously it's also trying to understand in which position, because it's not, like I've said before, completely confirmed who's staying and not, but I do have a idea of the positions that we need to bring in, and like I've said, the last 3-4 weeks I've tried to do some work when it comes to recruitment, and hopefully I can get answers next week in terms of how to move forward and making sure that we bring in the right players for Celtic women for next season.
When you say the right players, what is it that you're referencing? Is it skill level? Is it character? What are
well, it's a lot of things that we need to look for. It's character. It's quality. It's like what do we expect from that player in terms of in that position. It can be physical. It can be a lot of different things, and I think we just need to find a better balance in the team. Like I've said before, I think we need more leaders as well in terms of the situation that we've had this season. Maybe it's not, like I've said, we have a part-time captain and a part-time vice captain, and that cannot be the case for next season. We need more consistency, like in the camp all the time.
And on the subject of Rangers, what would you say is the kind of biggest threat that they present to you at the weekend?
Listen, Rangers is a great team. I think they've invested a lot in that team in terms of budget and quality of the players and experience and you name it. And I think the threats that they bring on is obviously like they've scored a lot of goals. We need to make sure that we defend our box very, very well. And then obviously we've been talking mostly about us and how to exploit them, because the players need to understand that it's a quality team. The reason why we're not more in the top and competing for the league is because we've not been consistent. But when we are consistent, when we are at our best, I've said it before, like that's when we look very, very sharp. And that is something that I am very looking forward to on Sunday, is looking at the team and try to get out the best of my team and focus on us, because if we can do that, then we know that we are a threat as well.